The gates strong. Welcome, everyone. It's time for NBA action, coming to you live on this Saturday night. In this game, we'll see the Denver Nuggets against the Atlanta Hawks. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA, take it away.
Thanks very much. Well, Commissioner Adam Silver has a history lesson for those who would tell players to shut up and dribble. He says, in 1963, Bill Russell was MVP, won a title, and stood on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial for Dr. King's I Have a Dream speech. There is a through line that exists directly from Russell to our modern players. Kevin?
That's a great idea. Thanks. So with Smith sitting on the bench, here's who's on the floor for Nate Millen. They've got Fresh. Maravich is out there with Dominique Wilkins. And it's Mutombo. And it's Pettit in at the 4 spot. And for Denver, they've got Lever. He's out there with Thompson. Jokic is out there with Anthony. And it's Issel in at the power forward. As we get close to the All-Star break, Greg, what's the vibe like in the locker room post-trade deadline?
It's great if you're a playoff team and just knowing your GM wanted to keep you on the squad. Plus, you've got a little break coming up. So lots of happy dressing rooms right now.
Now, here's Wilkins. Pass to Fresh. This is to Mutombo. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
That's his first personal.
When Mutombo is forcing the issue, it puts defenders in a bind, which is why you have to foul him there.
The Hawks shooting their first free throws of the game. The free throw drops for Mutombo. AGA, what about these Hawks? They can really be fun to watch.
Yeah, and they just need to be more consistent, Kevin. It seems they can beat anyone on any day. If they can start doing that regularly, we're talking about big things in the future.
And so Mutombo nails both of them.
And Mutombo, a defensive force, a long, intelligent player who plays well on both ends of the floor.
Now here's Lever. Great open look there.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Well, they better be thinking about him. I mean, we know how dangerous he is.
Fresh with the ball. He's covered by Thompson. From deep. It's good from long range.
He's got a nice knack for knowing when to give it up. Wilkins showing he's more than just a scorer.
Pass to Jokic. And he banks in the lane.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And that was the Mobile One drive. Well worth a second look.
Nice take. Staying aggressive with this game, still very much up in the air. Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Fades and shoots, and it's sent back by Mutombo. And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here. And that kind of stifling effort on defense needs another look.
And right out of the gate, trying to set the tone defensively, you gotta love that energy.
Here's Lever. His last outing, 16 points for him. Outside Anthony, 6 to shoot. Back to Thompson. A 3-ball. The shot that time, not on target. So the Hawks will take it the other way. Now here's Fresh. 5 points in the game. That's it, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
And Maravich is such a great scorer. All eyes are on him, but his eyes are on his teammates. A tremendous dual threat.
Now here's Lever. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Jokic passes to Lever. Back to Jokic. Denver needs to get off his shot. And here's Anthony for 3. Off the mark, his first miss of the game, 1 for 2. And the points coming for them now, Greg, in bunches.
And we're seeing what a high-octane offense should look like.
Lobs it up for Anthony. And the layup is good. Anthony's got his second bucket of the night.
Anthony wanted to see that play finish the right way. Good job on the offensive glass.
And here's Fresh. He has 7. Drills the three-pointer.
Boy, what a quarter for him. I mean, he's found his rhythm, and he's really riding that wave right now.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets. Moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
Yeah, they made some spectacular plays in it right to the very end. Just couldn't get over the hump.
Yeah, you know, they didn't have their best stuff, but they were still getting after it, so you got to really appreciate the effort and hustle.
And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Tries from 16. Rebound by the Hawks. Their last encounter was in Atlanta.
Well, last time out, they got the win in large part because of the play of their bench, and they provide a lot of the scoring punch.
Yeah, and you know what? I expect them to go deep into the bench again tonight. To give those guys on the bench a chance to have a expanded role, also to give those starters some rest.
Oh, this is the kind of start they're hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
The pass to Abdul Rauf. Here's McDyess. English inside. He's covered by Fresh.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
You know, this Denver team used to run a lot, but over the last few seasons, they've significantly slowed down their pace.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
I'll tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
His first personal foul.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Hawks.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
Cultivating a lot of assists right now, which is beautiful to see. Love the way they're working that ball around.
J.R. Smith's checked in for the Nuggets. Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
Here's Abdul Rauf. He's coming off a 13-point game against Golden State, and the shot is good.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
And Young kicks to Collins. To the wing right side. The Hawks working the ball around. Here's Fresh. Capella trying to free himself up. And that one's good. Fresh has got 17 now.
He's clearly on the attack, making 6 of his last 7.
Smith right side. McDyess trying to get open. Second chance effort. English passes to McDyess. And it's good. Assisting on the play was English.
You got to have a good basketball IQ to be effective. I love the decision to kick it out.
Lob pass to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
The 6'10" Capella showing you some bounce on that alley-oop.
And he's going up for the alley-oop. And the jam by English.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up.
And that's what those alley-oops will do for a team. Ignition switch ignited.
And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Hawks lead by 13. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back.
It's that time of the game, Nuggets fans. Here comes your Nuggets.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And for the Hawks, this has been the game they've wanted to have.
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum.
Anthony's checked in for Denver. Right, we know the league's cracking down on those dangerous plays that risk a player's health. Why was that less of a focus when you play?
That's a great question. I think it's smarter to approach the game this way. We don't want to have unnecessary injury because of guys maybe just taking it a little too far with physicality.
So with Smith sitting on the bench, this is the group Mike Malone has right now. Thompson is out there with Lever, and it's Nikola Jokic. Then it's Anthony, and it's Issel in at the 4 slot. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, Michael Porter Jr. was a top prospect in his high school class, but his back injury has presented a constant challenge. He says, it changed my perspective. I'm just going to get up every day and try to be better than I was the day before. If I'm giving my best every day, I'm good. Back to you guys.
Well, you hope he stays healthy. That has been a concern. Thanks, David. Fresh with the ball. He's got 19. Passes it to Pettit. Clock is at 3. Another shot. Now Fresh. Pass to Pettit. From downtown. Hits it from three-point range.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Yeah, love the energy they're playing with. I say it this way. Good teams, championship teams, play against the game as much as they play against the opponent. Nice uptick here in their second chance points in this quarter.
Fresh with the ball. Now Anthony defending. And there's the drive. Rebounded by Anthony.
Not really the best decision. I mean, get the easy 2, the for sure 2. No need to make it fancy and special.
And such a young, exciting core for the Nuggets. The MVP, Jokic, Michael Porter Jr., and Jamal Murray. This group has a chance to be a contender for years to come.
With Jokic, I mean, the potential break of this Denver team, they've got so much of it. But what is the key for them? We've reached the end of the first half of play. Hawks ahead. They lead by 6. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks a lot, guys. With Mike Malone, as the second half approaches, Coach, what are you looking for?
Execution, pace, and purpose with everything that we do, and making sure that when we call a set, we know what we're trying to accomplish and get the ball.
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. After 2 quarters, it's Atlanta out in front. They have the 6-point lead. Kenny, what's your viewpoint?
The road can be unfriendly, and they've clearly risen to the challenge. They're shrugging off the chants from the fans. Defense, all of that's no. They're playing their focus, and they're getting to work. They're playing with a lot of confidence.
And you, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Nuggets.
Well, it's been a big night for the guys off the bench so far. Their scoring has given them a real spark. I think we can expect a few more minutes for the reserves than usual tonight.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take it down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my main man, Joel.
Joe, what up?
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. It's been a clinic out there by Fresh.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. So with Horford sitting on the bench, here's who's on the floor for Nate McMillan. Maravich is out there with Dominique Wilkins. Then it's Fresh, and it's Mutombo, and it's Pettit in at the 4. Here's Anthony. 2 for free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Crafty down low. Melo knows how to draw fouls.
This is his second trip to the line in this one.
Carmelo Anthony.
That free throw good from Anthony. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Here's Mutombo. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. And the Hawks lead by 6.
And this team encourages Mutombo to take those shots, knowing how efficient he can be inside.
Back to Lever. With the teardrop, and it's sent back by Mutombo. They retain possession. Lever against Wilkins. Lever can't get it to go.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Thompson, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
You know, David Thompson is used to getting fouled on the way up, the way this guy bounces. Embraces every opportunity he can to get to the strike.
The Nuggets have been excellent at the free throw line here today, a flawless 6 for 6. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it, to double-checking, and the game continues on.
Okay, everyone. That was your Nuggets Mini Dance Team. Let's get loud for them once again.
First one falls for him.
Thompson, so aggressive as a scorer. He's a go-to guy for this team.
And so Thompson nails both of them. The Hawks leading by 4. Here is Maravich. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Fires the 3. Another 3 for Atlanta.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
They have yet to hit a shot, a real slow start here in the second half.
Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart, and let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
It was the exact same kind of offensive showcase for him in their last game, too. When it happens this often, that's not a pattern. That's a characteristic.
Here's Fresh. The shot comes out. Excellent D there from Anthony. Pass to Jokic. It's Lever on the wing. Back to Jokic. And Jokic throws it down.
You know, you never know what Jokic is going to do because he's so unpredictable when he's working in the screen and roll.
Here's Fresh, and they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
Guys, it's a one-man show out there. I mean, he looks like he's willing to handle all of the offensive duties for his team.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major, or it could be just a slight tweak.
Here is Maravich. So with Smith sitting on the bench, this is the group Mike Malone has right now. Anthony is out there with English. Then it's Thompson. Then there's Abdul Rauf. And it's Issel in at the 5, roaming the paint. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Atlanta.
The three-pointers and how well they're able to shoot them. You wonder if they can keep it up, and boy, happened.
And, you know, the more they penetrated, the more they realized the defense wasn't able to stop them. So they just kept doing it.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
That was a second look at our Mobile One drive. Amazing control on display.
And even down big, the effort and energy is still there to try and make a comeback.
Abdul Rauf against Maravich. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Pistol Pete, oozing with natural talent, but behind the scenes, he puts in a lot of work, too.
That free throw missing.
Maravich at the line for 2.
No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also. The Nuggets trail by 18. Thompson passes to Abdul Rauf. And it's sent back by Wilkins. And it's out of bounds. The Nuggets able to retain possession here. And right now, let's watch that terrific swat.
Sharp instincts on D there. Just timing when to rise up and swat that one away.
Here's Abdul Rauf. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Hawks.
Atlanta ball.
The Hawks leading by 18. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Here's Maravich. From the top of the key, he buries it.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Knocks it loose. Here's Anthony. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
That's his second personal foul.
It's going to be on Dikembe Mutombo.
And, you know, Carmelo Anthony is a special player, guys. Bulky, small forward with a quick trigger release, an elite scorer.
That free throw good from Anthony. And the Nuggets making a change here. Lever's checked in. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Capella's checked in. Both free throws good from Anthony. The Hawks shooting has been beyond great up until now. How about 57% from the field overall? Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. In the corner, Wilkins with it. And the pass to Fresh. 4 on the shot clock. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Offensive rebound to the right side. Lob pass to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk. All of it perfect.
And it all had to be, because that's not nearly as easy as they made it appear.
And English kicks to Lever. Thompson passes to Lever. And there's the call on Fat Lever. That'll be his second foul of the game. Greg, we're seeing more fines recently for the language that players use with the media. Is that a concern?
I don't think it should be a concern, and I'm not kidding. The league's going to have standards of decorum. You're on TV. You got to keep it together. However, I think that as a society, we're a little more tolerant of certain words that are used in public.
Lever, that's good.
And he found the soft spot in the D on that possession.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Here's Fresh. That falls. Nice feed that time from Pete Maravich. Maravich has got 6 assists here tonight.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. You look at Fresh, what a contribution.
And he is absolutely dialed in from outside. They need to close out on him much quicker when he's lining up those threes.
And now let's take a look at the New Balance Player of the Game. Pete Maravich.
You know, I've really liked how aggressive he's been getting inside. He's finding lanes and avenues to the rim and making the defense pay when he does get inside. I thought he really helped lead the charge for his team.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. Here's Lever, pass to Issel. Rockets hits. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Matt Lever, Lafayette is his given name, a really good passer, good all-around player, somebody who knows how to set the table and find his guys.
Atlanta making a switch here. Young's checked in. Young passes to Fresh. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
And a whole new lineup here for the Nuggets. And the way Trae Young, GA, is the focus of this offense. The numbers just pile up.
Yeah, I mean, they run so much through him. His usage rate is off the charts. Led the entire league in total points and total assists in 2022. And that hadn't been done in 49 years.
Murray kicks to Gordon. McDyess trying to get open. That's tipped.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Atlanta.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And these guys already with 45 wins on the year, so tonight they'll make it 26.
A two-game season series, they win them both and complete the sweep.
That's a nice feeling to get the sweep, even though it is a small number. Still nice to get that sweep.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Fresh.
And you know, there was no stopping him tonight. Whenever he got the ball, he was looking to score, and rightly so.
Deep two from Murray. And again, unable to change momentum here. Wilkins passes to Pettit. Good ball movement here by the Hawks. Now here's Fresh. Drives to the hoop and jammed down, and he goes right on top of Aaron Gordon.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
And that replay showed just how forceful that block was.
They're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time defense.
McDyess can't hit. And here's Fresh. Comes up empty down low. And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what, Shawty, I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thank you. Trae, this is a young team, so what is the chemistry and connection that lets you play together so well?
I mean, you're around us outside of the locker room. I mean, you can tell why we support each other so well, and the energy we have for each other on the court. I mean, you can tell the reason why we do that, and I mean, I love this group.
Well, congrats on the win, man. Appreciate your time. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you later.